There's growing anticipation that Tesla's electric vehicle goals could take it to the shores of India next year. The electric car maker is ramping up production in its factories in the US and China, and with its profitability soaring, it's in a very good position to enter new markets like India. CEO Elon Musk has been hinting at Tesla's entry to the Indian market since 2017, but earlier this month he gave a more definite timeline, tweeting the EV manufacturer could be in India by next year. Mr. Musk says he's eyeing to build 20 million electric vehicles by 2030. Rebecca Bundan joins us from Mumbai for more on this. Rebecca, state governments in India are now wooing Tesla. Tell us about the EV makers' prospects in India.
Certainly, India is an attractive market for all car makers, given the size of the population. But in terms of electric vehicles specifically, the Indian government really has this plan now to push electric vehicle ownership. It's aiming at 30% electric mobility by 2030. And the reason behind that is, of course, to reduce carbon emissions, reduce pollution. That's a huge problem in India. But at the moment, the electric vehicle market is very, very tiny. It's a nascent market, and particularly when it comes to cars, only a few thousand electric cars are sold each year in India, and partly that's because of a lack of infrastructure. There are very few charging points compared to some other countries like China, for example. India really has very, very few charging points. Electric vehicles are also more expensive, so that puts consumers off. But Elon Musk has talked about this desire for Tesla to be in India. He recognizes the potential of the market, but analysts say a state like Maharashtra is going to have to compete with other states like Gujarat and Tamil Nadu if Tesla is going to come into India, as it's saying, potentially next year. And what it could come down to is which state in India can actually offer benefits and make it more attractive and easier for Tesla to set up a plant in India. Let's have a listen.
No, I think the main criteria that Tesla might be looking for is exactly in terms of taxation of the local state government for setting up the manufacturing plant. It's exactly in the terms of labor laws and availability of qualified labor. And the third point is in terms of quickness or the efficiency of land acquisition for the plant.
Analysts also say that if Tesla does come into India, that would really give a huge boost to India's electric vehicle market, which is something that it really does need at the moment, particularly as it does need to ramp up that infrastructure that goes with electric car ownership. But there is still a long road ahead. There is still a number of challenges that need to be overcome. But certainly this seems to be a promising development for that sector, as India really does aim to bring its carbon emissions down.